methodically in accordance with the rule of law. The goal of this first phase, that is, the phase of restructuring for the Vision 2050, is to definitively shift the gears from an old model to a new one, as a prerequisite for the momentum and acceleration that these reforms will bring, one of the priorities of the first five-year term. We have always framed the debate in terms of the system, not in terms of individuals. And the system is much more about the interaction of rules, attitudes, and behaviors. And the reforms that we are about to undertake in this restructuring phase allow us, and will allow us, to turn the page on this system that we have often criticized, so we can open a new one. Why an economic and social restructuring plan now? This particular design is thoughtfully crafted and intrinsically connected to the profound legacy that has been carefully handed down to us through generations. We all knew that the legacy would not be an easy one. Throughout all the time we spent in the opposition, we spoke out loudly about it, we denounced it with valid arguments, and we even went so far as to warn Senegalese people about the difficulties to be expected, no matter which government would replace the former regime. And today, the various comprehensive audits that have been meticulously carried out have unequivocally led to an undeniable and significant conclusion. The audit of public finances began with the report prepared by the General Inspectorate of Finance. This concerning situation was unequivocally confirmed, if not indeed exacerbated, and made even more critical by the thorough and meticulous audit of this very report, which was diligently conducted by the esteemed Court of Auditors. Furthermore, this confirmation was solidified by the subsequent and equally rigorous report emanating from the highly respected firm of Forvis Mazars. These various and comprehensive audits, each undertaken with significant scrutiny and expertise, have collectively led to a profoundly troubling and alarming finding for the nation of Senegal. Specifically, these audits have revealed a substantial and concerning budgetary deficit that has regrettably reached a staggering 14% of the national economic output. In addition to this, the audits have also highlighted a significant and burdensome public debt, which now stands at an alarming 119% of the country's total gross domestic product, indicating a considerable financial strain on the nation's resources and future economic stability. 14% compared to 4-point-something% that had been declared, and 119% compared to 74% that had been declared by the previous regime. Obviously, and this is indeed the opportune moment to extend our heartfelt congratulations and to pay a profound and well-deserved tribute to His Excellency, the President of the Republic, who could have chosen, among many other significant options, to pursue a different path, but instead, with great wisdom and foresight, decided to embark upon this particular course of action. Who could have chosen to conceal the truth? I remember the meetings held around him at the palace with the various ministers concerned. The Minister of Finance, the Minister of the Budget, the Minister of Finance and Budget, the Minister of the Economy, and the now Minister of State in charge of the agenda, as well as a number of his advisors. These meetings allowed us to grasp the seriousness of the situation, but above all, the consequences of this exercise in truth, if we chose to tell the truth. We were aware of that. And the President said, I do not want to start my term with a lie. I do not want to carry it out on a lie and end it with a lie. And this particular exercise, in truth, inherently possesses, as a significant consequence, the profoundly difficult and challenging task of meticulously honoring its crucial international commitments. But Senegal has held firm, and up to now, we have honored our signature, we have respected our international commitments, without this preventing the country from continuing to face crucial challenges at home. This is also an opportunity to congratulate and pay tribute to the Minister of Finance and Budget and to all his teams. To the esteemed Minister of the Economy, who diligently and tirelessly, every single day, expends tremendous and considerable energy to effectively meet our crucial internal and external commitments and obligations, both domestically and internationally. Another consequence is the increasingly difficult conditions for external financing, regarding external financing. Obviously, our credit rating has deteriorated. you have seen all the consequences in terms of Senegal's credit rating. This was one of the consequences we expected when the president decided to undertake this exercise in truth. The challenge of returning to fiscal orthodoxy, particularly the goal of reducing the deficit to 3% in less than 2 years, that is, by 2027. An important step has already been taken this year, since today we are at less than 8% deficit in the supplementary finance law, or at least in its execution. So half the journey has already been completed. And also, it is essential to return to a reasonable and sustainable level of public debt that fully respects the established convergence criteria within the broader West African Economic and Monetary Union, WAMU, framework. All of this combined with the legitimate expectations of the Senegalese people. We are in the 21st century. People have become impatient. People no longer wait, they want immediate results. You can explain the situation you've inherited to them as much as you want. Obviously, when you inherit a legacy, it comes with both its liabilities and its assets. And the heavier the liabilities, the more the ability to restart and achieve is compromised. But that's the reality. People are rightfully and legitimately impatient. And the fact that Senegal is projected to be among the top 5 fastest growing countries, maybe even the first in Africa in 2025, doesn't mean much if we keep in mind what the Minister of the Economy just said, that the structure of our growth, stripped of agricultural GDP and hydrocarbons, reveals very weak, even mediocre performance. In other words, we don't exceed a 4% growth rate, which raises a serious issue of productivity, particularly in terms of investment. These are the compelling and significant reasons that truly compel us to act with utmost urgency, to diligently strive to find effective and lasting solutions. These crucial solutions must first and foremost be entirely endogenous. They must genuinely come from the dedicated internal efforts made by the Senegalese people for themselves and their future. This recovery plan will make it possible to find new endogenous sources. And in the chart that I will present to you shortly, we will detail these resources.
Welcome to Noble Black News, where empowerment meets truth. Our mission is to uplift and empower the Black community. We stand for truth, integrity, and representation. Our stories are your stories, told with pride and passion. Join us as we celebrate our heritage and our future. Together, we are stronger, louder, and more united. Noble Black News is your voice, your platform, your news. We bring you the stories that matter, with integrity and heart. Our commitment is to the truth, no matter the cost. We highlight the achievements and struggles of our community. Every story we tell is a step towards empowerment. We are more than news. We are a movement. Join us in making a difference, one story at a time. Together, we can change the narrative. Noble Black News, empowering our community, one story at a time.